So kingdom fungi, these are heterotrophs in which saprophytes and parasites, they symbionts, lichens and mycorrhiza. So most fungi are heterotrophic and absorb soluble organic matter from dead substrates, and they are saprophytes. Now those that depend on living plants and animals are called parasites. Now they also live as symbionts in association with algae. So fungi and algae as lichens and roots of higher plants, and fungi as mycorrhiza. So this is it. Now the sexual cycle involves the following three steps in fungi, that is plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Now fusion of protoplasms between two motile or non-motile gametes called plasmogamy. Now fusion of two nuclei called karyogamy, and then meiosis in zygote resulting in haploid spores. Now one stage, that is the dikaryon. So dikaryon phase of fungus. So what is that? However, in other fungi like ascomycetes and basidiomycetes, an intervening dikaryotic stage, that is n plus n, that is 2 nuclei per cell occurs. Such a condition is called a dikaryon, and the phase is called dikaryophase of fungus. Now fungus divided into various classes. First class is Phycomycetes, second class is Ascomycetes, third class is Basidiomycetes and fourth class is Deuteromycetes. Look at the figure, the fungi. First one showing the mucor. Now mucor belong to Phycomycetes. Now in second one, that is Aspergillus, which belongs to the class of fungi Ascomycetes, and then Basidiomycetes, which belongs to the class of mushrooms, that is Basidiomycetes, which is Agaricus. You see in the diagram. About the examples of fungi, so Phycomycetes, it includes some common examples are mucor, which is shown in the figure, then Rhizopus, the bread mold, okay, and albugo. So Phycomycetes, albugo, the parasitic fungi on mustard. Now in Ascomycetes includes the yeast, that is Saccharomycetes, and multicellular fungi of Ascomycetes, that is Penicillium. Now another examples are Aspergillus, Claviceps, Neurospora. This is it. Now buffels and morels are there. Now Basidiomycetes, these are agaricus mushroom, Mustilago puccinia, that is rust fungus. Now Deuteromycetes, Alternaria, Polycotrichum, Trichoderma. Now kingdom Plantae, it shows the alteration of generation. What is that? The length of the haploid and diploid phases and whether these phases are free living or dependent on others vary among different groups in animals. This phenomena is called alteration of generation. Now kingdom Animalia, what is that? So kingdom Animalia we study their separate chapter in viruses, viroids and lichens. So see in the diagram, that is tobacco mosaic virus is having RNA, that is coiled RNA, and the coat which is the capsid made up of capsomeres. So this is tobacco mosaic viruses, okay, that causes the disease in the tobacco plant. Then bacteriophages, so it has the structures on upside, that is head, then below that it is collar type of disc, and then sheath kind of circular sheath, and then the tail fiber. So this is the structure of bacteriophage, which in viruses which infects the bacteria. Now virus lichens. Now lichens made up of the phycobiont, that is algal part, algal component, and then mycobiont, that is fungal component. So these are the lichens. Now lichens are symbiotic associations, that is mutually useful associations between algae and fungi. The algal component is known as phycobiont and fungal component is known as the mycobiont. Now talking about the viroids, so this is it, viroids. Now summary of this chapter. Now discuss how classification systems have undergone several changes over a period of time. State 2, economically important uses of heterotrophic bacteria and archaebacteria. So one of them is curd and then archaebacteria. What is the nature of cell walls in diatoms? Find out what do the terms algal bloom and red tide signifies. How are viruses different from viruses? They having small molecule in size. Describe briefly the four major groups of protozoan: amoeboid protozoans, ciliated protozoans, flagellated protozoans, and sporozoans. That is the malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium, a tiny protozoan. Now plants are autotrophic. Can you think of some plants that are partially Heterotrophic, so venous flytrap and bladder wart. So plants can be autotrophic and they can be partially heterotrophic. What do the terms phycobiont and mycobiont signifies? In the lichen is an association, the algal component known as phycobiont, the fungal component known as mycobiont. Now give a comparative account of the classes of kingdom fungi under the following, that is mode of nutrition and mode of reproduction. Now what are the characteristic feature of euglenoids? So their pigment similar to the higher plants. Give a brief account of viruses with respect to their structure and nature of genetic material. Also name 4 common viral diseases. Account of viruses with respect to their structure and nature of genetic material. Also name 4 common viral diseases. Organize a discussion in your class on the topic, are viruses living or non-living? They are both. So inside the host they act as living, so outside the host they act as non-living crystalline inert substance. So this was the biological classification, includes kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and then kingdom Animalia, and then virus, viruses and lichens.